We did something about that. We fixed it. Well, it's just one road now, but we fixed it.
Good sense of the legislature to make sure those bikers don't fall on the
I'm
road.
sorry. I was looking up on there. Okay.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is Troy, your host. We are live and recording.
Thanks so much, Troy. I'll go ahead and call to order this afternoon's Tuesday, July 26th land use meeting and public hearing. If you'll all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Attorney Ingalls, do we have certification of the agenda today?
We do, Mr. Chair. We have one item on your agenda today that required specialized notice. It required published notice, which was accomplished on June 23rd, 2022, and posted notice, which was accomplished on June 18th, 2022. With that, you have proper notice and jurisdiction to proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Ingalls. Do any commissioners have any disclosures for items on this agenda?
I have none, thank you.
No, sir.
And I have none either. With that, we'll move to item 2 on our agenda today, land use meeting agenda items. There are no items in this item, so we'll move on to 3, which is our public hearing agenda items. 3A is a subdivision improvements agreement, intergovernmental agreement, SIA-IGA, between Clearwater Capital Holdings, LLC, whose address is 9800 Pyramid Court, Suite 340, Inglewood, Colorado, 80112, and the Castle Pines Metropolitan District, whose address is 5880 Country Club Drive, Castle Rock, Colorado, 80108. Douglas County Board of County Commissioners, project file DV 2022-141. Al Peterson presenting for staff. And I don't see Al. Looks like Brett. Hi, Brett.
Hi. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Brett Thomas representing Planning Services. Al's here also. As part of this presentation, staff will provide information on the subdivision improvements agreement, intergovernmental agreement, the SIA-IGA associated with the application. As you mentioned, the application is Castle Pines Village Filing 37, First Amendment, which is a minor development. Project number SB 2022-012. Matt Buster of Manhard Consulting is here as the applicant. The applicant is requesting approval of a minor development plat to subdivide a 10.93 acre parcel into 10 single-family lots and 1 superblock lot. Single-family lots range in size from 0.45 acres to 0.87 acres. The intent of the minor development process is to provide a streamlined review process for the creation of 10 or fewer single-family residential lots. The minor development process begins with submittal of an application. Following comments by staff, the request is forwarded to referral agencies. At the beginning of the referral period, courtesy notifications of an application in process are sent to abutting landowners. Staff further analyzes the request, and the applicants provided the opportunity to address any issues identified through the referral period. Public notice is provided, and the request is heard by the Planning Commission prior to consideration by the Board of County Commissioners. During the process, staff received public comments from 2 nearby residents regarding aspects of the proposal. The Planning Commission considered the applicant's request at a public hearing on July 11th. The applicant answered questions from the Planning Commission regarding future development of the superblock lot and technical aspects of proposed retaining walls. No members of the public spoke in response to the application. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the minor development final plat, subject to 6 conditions proposed by staff by a vote of 6-0. The site, outlined in red, is located within the northern portion of the Castle Pines Village Plan development. As seen on this aerial, the site is adjacent to the country club at Castle Pines Golf Course. West of the site are single-family residences within filing 15C. South and east of the site is an open space tract and vacant residential lot within filing 35A. The Castle Pines Plan development was approved in 1984 for approximately 2,800 lots, of which approximately 1,900 lots are platted. In December 2007, the board approved the minor development for Castle Pines Village Filing 37 for 1 single-family residential lot. That lot, lot number 1, is the subject of this minor development request. Before you is the minor development plat, including 10 detached single-family residential lots and 1 superblock lot. Site access for lots 1 through 10 is proposed from Gulf Estates Point, a proposed cul-de-sac on the property. General Note 13 on the plat exhibit requires that the superblock lot, Lot 1A, obtain additional subdivision approvals prior to construction of any occupiable structures on the lot. This photo looks southeast into the site from the existing access point along Country Club Estates Drive. This view looks south from near the center of the site. The approval standards for a minor development request are set forth in Section 603 of the subdivision resolution and listed on this slide. Staff's assessment of the approval standards are discussed in detail within pages 8 through 10 of the staff report. Staff has evaluated the minor development in accordance with Article 6 of the subdivision resolution. Should the board find that the approval standards for the minor development are met, the following proposed conditions should be considered for inclusion in its motion. Condition number 1, prior to approval of the minor development final plat, the associated SIA IGA for the subdivision shall be approved by the board. Condition number 2, prior to recordation of the minor development final plat, technical corrections to the plat exhibit shall be made to the satisfaction of Douglas County. Condition number 3, prior to the issuance of the first building permit within Castle Pines Filing 37 First Amendment, the applicant shall implement the recommendations of the Wildland Fire Mitigation Plan to the specifications of the Douglas County Wildfire Mitigation Specialist. Condition number 4, during construction activity within the development, the applicant, its successors, and assigns shall take all reasonable care to watch for historic resources, paleontological resources, and other cultural history resources, and shall immediately notify Douglas County in the event of such discovery. Condition number 5, during construction activity within the development, the applicant, its successors, and assigns shall conduct a survey of the property for active raptor nesting sites if any earth moving will take place between February 15th and August 31st. Condition number 6, Colorado Parks and Wildlife literature shall be made available to prospective homeowners concerning the possible presence of wildlife and shall be available at all times. And condition number 7, all commitments and promises made by the applicant or the applicant's representative during the public hearing and/or agreed to in writing and included in the public record have been relied upon by the Board of County Commissioners in approving the application. Therefore, such approval is conditioned upon the applicant's full satisfaction of all such commitments and promises. Section 604.08 of the subdivision resolution sets forth the parameters for the board's determination on minor development requests as noted on this slide. The SIA IGA that accompanies the minor development final plat is a 3-party agreement between the county, Clearwater Capital Holdings LLC, and the Castle Pines Metropolitan District. The purpose of the SIA IGA for Castle Pines Village Filing 37 First Amendment is to provide for the completion of the roadways, storm drainage infrastructure, water and sanitary infrastructure, and excavation and grading improvements. Al Peterson with engineering is available if you have specific questions regarding the agreement. This concludes the presentation on the final plat for Castle Pines Village Filing 37 First Amendment and the SIA IGA. 2 motions are necessary from the board. The first motion would be for the SIA IGA, following a second motion on the minor development final plat. This concludes staff's presentation. I can answer questions on the staff report. Otherwise, Matt Buster's here to answer any questions on the proposal.
Brett, thank you so much for that presentation. Any questions for staff?
I have none, thank you.
No, sir.
And I have none either. Mr. Buster, good to see you.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Matt Buster, address 7600 East Orchard Road, Greenwood Village, Colorado. So I'll try to speed through these first few slides, which are a little redundant with what you've already seen from Brett's presentation in the interest of time. But the project is located in the north central portion of Castle Pines Village. Gives you a little better idea of whereabouts on the golf course the property lies, but it's immediately south of the number 4 fairway and green. As Brett mentioned, it was originally platted, this plat was recorded in January of 2008 for 1 lot. At that time, it was envisioned that this would be a large master estate, but it was reserved to replat this in the future, similar to what we're talking about doing with the superblock lot that I'll show in a minute. The property is located in the Castle Pines Village Plan Development, parcel R6, planning area R16 of the PD. Planning area R16 was designated as a 12.5 acre zone lot with 2 units per acre, allowing for a total of 25 units per the master plan. We're currently proposing in that same planning area 10 lots today with 1 superblock lot. The superblock lot being to the right, Lot 1A. And there's a current thought that we may have an interested party that may want to buy 1 large master estate. However, that deal has not come all the way to fruition, so we're a little hesitant to reserve that large of a land area and are asking that we have the right to come back and talk about more lots or a single lot, whichever the case may be in the future. But with this plat, we're really only proposing to develop the 10 homes as of this application. Essentially, there are the 10 lots Brett mentioned, ranging in size from about 0.45 acres to 0.85 acres, an average density of 0.65 acres per lot. The superblock lot includes 3.42 acres, and currently, as I mentioned, we'll decide if that's going to be 1 future lot, or if we're unsuccessful there, it may come back into additional lots in the future that we'll then be revisiting you if that is the case. And the roadway section will be a Castle Pines Homes Association-owned road through the HOA's agreement with Castle Pines Metropolitan District, for which the IGA that is before you is, together with the Castle Pines Metro District, will maintain the HOA-owned facilities within that road. So that is essentially the total plan area. As Brett mentioned, we have open space currently platted on the south of the property, golf course, fairway, and green on the north of the property. The infrastructure that is included in the IGA SIA is shown here. It essentially includes a potable water system, a sanitary sewer system, storm drainage system, and essentially grading, and there are some retaining walls on each individual lot as a result of topography on the site. Each of those wall systems, as shown here, will be owned by the individual lot owner. So as of today, it's the current developer landowner that will own those walls. With the sale of each future lot, those walls will be owned by each individual lot owner. So with that, I think that concludes my presentation. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Buster. Any questions for the applicant?
I don't have any. That was pretty clear.
I have none, thank you.
And I have none either. Mr. Buster, I just want to confirm that you would accept all of the conditions as presented?
Yes, all 6
Okay.
conditions are acceptable.
Great. So with that, I don't have any additional comments. It doesn't sound like the board does either. With that, I'll open it up for any citizen comment, either in person or online.
Apologies. Just
Sorry.
one question to Brett, question to staff. Again, Mr. Buster talked about 6 conditions. Did I miscount? I thought I saw 7.
There are 7.
7, my bad.
All right, just want to make sure you're okay with all of them.
Yes,
Okay.
All
thank-
7 conditions.
all 7 conditions are acceptable.
All right,
you, Commissioner
thanks.
Teal.
Apologies for the delay there. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for clarifying the record in that regard. I'll open it back up for any citizen comment, either in person or online. Troy, do we have any online comment?
Thank you, Commissioner. I have no online comment.
Okay, with that, I'll close citizen comment and bring it back to the board for any further discussion and/or a motion.
Well, if it pleases the board, I do have a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement and subdivision improvement agreements for Castle Pines Village filing number 37, First Amendment.
Second.
So there's a first and second on the floor. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that carries 3-0.
And I have a motion to approve the Castle Pines Village filing number 37, First Amendment, minor development plat, because it does meet with, is this the correct language? I don't remember it being like this. It makes sense, but.
So it does meet all of the approval criteria.
Okay,
Yes.
that's been, okay. Because it does meet all of the approval criteria with 7 conditions as presented, project file SB 2022-012.
I'll second.
So there's a first and second on the floor. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that carries 3-0. Congratulations, Mr. Buster. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Commissioners.
You bet. And with that, the next land use meeting public hearing will be held on Tuesday, August 9th, 2022 at 2:30 p.m. We are adjourned.